Hey there, wargamers and hobbyists, Justin the Arm Painter here, and you guys are tuning in for this week's video blog. So first and foremost, you guys may notice this week that I got a microphone here. Hopefully that's helping with the audio quality a little bit. The directionality stuff may be an issue. I will try and talk into it more often. I don't know if talking this way is going to be as bad, or it's going to be better than talking this way. Those types of things, but short of getting a lavalier mic, which is a little bit more expensive, this is what Austin has loaned out to me to use. They're not very expensive, so when it works well, I will basically just be buying him a replacement, because we have a whole bunch of them at the shop for DRD podcast stuff that never happened. And he's like, hey, you can probably hook this up to your camera and at least get some better audio for your videos that you're filming at home. And I was like, all right, cool, we'll give it a try. So we have that going on today. This week I've also got some exciting news. I don't know when the stuff is going to be in, but I have a variety of products that are going to be coming in for me to do some unboxing reviews of, tutorials and things of that nature. So I believe I've got stuff coming from Redgrass Games. I should have a package coming from the Army Painter sometime in December. I have stuff, I believe, coming from Gamergrass. I believe we have some stuff coming from Green Stuff World. And I'm in the process of figuring out some goodies I would like to pick up from Secret Weapon Miniatures that I could do some review video footage with, some tutorials, things of that nature. And some of those products that I'll be receiving will be going out as giveaways for you guys. We did pick up another Patreon supporter this week, so big shout out to Tanlin from the stream. That's Travis Langford. Thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I don't let you guys down going into December when we start putting out some of the Patreon specific content. In that we will hopefully have the tutorial up for a miniature I'm working on now, and at least one battle report. If I can wrangle Bob, I think we're going to try and film another one this coming week, which will be good, because then I could have 2 battle reports next month, and then we'll have a tutorial. Now, the tutorial mini I don't want to actually talk about or at least showcase on stream today, because it is not a giveaway. A lot of stuff you guys will see me work on in tutorials will inevitably become giveaway stuff for the stream. This particular one is for one of our locals, and it's for the Christmas exchange. So I can tell you that I've shown some like little hints and previews on Twitch. So if you're interested or excited about that, make sure you follow me over there. Depending on when you pop into the stream, you may or may not get to see some little previews. But suffice to say, I'll be showing you guys start to finish how to paint some yellow, some blue, gold, gem effects, kind of a force power weapon type thing. And I think this model is looking pretty sweet. I'm excited to finish it. When I drop it off to give it to the guy that is getting it from me for the Christmas exchange, I'm going to try and have a camera with me, because I'd like to record his reaction. Hopefully it's a good one, and I'd like to put that at the end of the tutorial. So got to get that, got to finish the tutorial, which I've put probably like 8 to 10 hours of film time into it. So I'm not the best painter in the world. I'm not the most efficient painter in the world. I'm definitely not the most efficient person for film, but I am going to progress. I'm going to try and get better and learn. But for you guys that are Patreon supporters, that's what you're helping me do. This one video, when you watch it, I think it's probably going to be like 20 minutes, maybe, start to finish. That's my guess. We'll see how it goes. But a 20-minute video that's going to have probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 hours of time in it. I think we're approaching 8 to 10 hours of film that I have to then cut, watch it, edit it, get everything on the screen looking proper, and then process it. And the film time is going to take, X number of hours as well. So you guys being Patreon supporters are helping offset me taking time away from my day job to do this. And I would like to continue pushing forward that, trying to shift about 25% of my work week into doing more content for you guys on Patreon, and ultimately for that content to then be shared with people on YouTube who may not have discovered us and our community yet. And on that note, if you are watching this, I really encourage you, if you haven't already, to join the T.A.P Garrison. This is not just a fan club for me. It is a group for all of you guys to come together and motivate each other, share your photos and pictures of your painting and your tabletop games. There are way more of you in this Facebook group and our Discord than there ever will be of me, and because of that, you guys will be able to share infinitely more photos and hobby love than I can. I will constantly try and provide content and do streams and share photos and comment on what you guys are doing, but at the end of the day, I'm one person. I think right now our Facebook group's pushing 500, our Discord's got like 200, something like that. So if 10% of the Facebook group shared, I think we're like 470 something, so let's say 10%, 47 people, even just once a week, posted a picture of a model. It's 47 to my like handful, if that. Same thing on Discord of 10%. So 20 people shared a picture of a hobby photo that's relevant to what they're working on each week. That's way more than what I share. You know, you guys are going to paint more models, and it's really good because not only does it motivate me to continue pushing forward and doing stuff, I get to get excited about seeing what you're working on because it's different than what I'm working on, probably. Other people also get to see that, and hopefully gets them motivated to paint, gets that hobby juice flowing, and hopefully gets them excited about doing some hobby stuff. So big shout out to everyone who's been supporting what I do, and I cannot thank you enough. I'm hoping that going into December I can really kick things off with those videos and continue to do awesome stuff as we go into the new year. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and transition over. I'll show you guys what I've been working on this week. I'll show you the item I didn't mention in regards to unboxing slash video review. I do have another cool thing here, but I want to show you guys on the other camera before we get to that. So let's go ahead and flip this around and I'll show you guys that. This week I've been primarily focused on my streams, working on these two miniatures for wheels. I have a variety of other Blood Angel models to work on for him, but I've really just been kind of preventing myself from splitting time across preventing myself rather from splitting my time across the whole army and trying to focus on these two models to get them done so then I can focus on my time in the handful of infantry that we have left. I'm not sure how fast I'm going to be able to chew through those, but I'm hoping I can get through them as quickly as I can so I can get these two wheels before Christmas and then move on to the next project. So on that note, let's show you guys kind of where we are on these models so far. And I'm not sure exactly where we were last week, but I think we got all the silvers basically done right now. I got some black down with some edge highlights. And I normally would do a scorched barrel on this, but I think once I get the basing down, which is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do for him, I think that the scorched barrel might take away from the base. So I might wait and do the basing and then see how I feel about this. I've still got to come in and do the blood drops on him. I got to do his lenses, and then I missed a little gold spot in here, so that might get tackled. Wheels might not notice it's not done, but I now notice that I missed another spot of gold, so we got to do that. And you guys may not know, but I missed some gold on, I think it was the Leviathan's legs. I had to fix that, and then I found something to fist on this, and it's one of those where you're always missing something. You know, you may always look at a model and find you've missed something. But that said, that's something major to miss. It's not like I missed a little mold line or something, so I do want to tackle that. But I think he's looking pretty cool. I might do maybe a light touch of blood effects on his claws there, maybe. Make it look like he smashed something, you know, smashed some infantry guys, we'll see. But the crown jewel, as I mentioned before, the Mac Daddy of the Blood Angels for wheels, this Leviathan, which at the time of filming this, the previews for Mephiston just hit the internet, so I say this is the Mac Daddy, but that Mephiston model's looking pretty badass, if I'm honest. And I'm not a big Blood Angels fan. You know, it's just nothing against him, it's not my jam. Mephiston's pretty cool. If I was picking Blood Angels I really like Astaroth and Lamartes, however you say it. Their backstories are just so fantastic. That said, while the reason I'm actually excited about this Mephiston preview and the model is A, I'm probably going to get to paint that for wheels, and B, I'm really excited to see what Dark Angels are going to get, because that basically confirms we're going to start seeing more Primaris characters or Standard Marines getting converted to Primaris, in my opinion, and seeing an Azrael and some of the other models for Dark Angels that are just ancient and old. And I mean, Azrael still looks pretty good, but we need some better looking models. That said, I do realize that I'm a Marine player, and the likes of Eldar and stuff like that have really old models too. So I'm completely cool waiting in line for you guys to get new plastic aspect warriors and some new HQs. I'm completely down for that. That said, can't wait when those Dark Angels previews come up. I'm probably going to go bankrupt for a month. I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait. So and I don't see why there's any reason why I can't be excited about that, and also excited about you guys getting some new toys too. But I do realize as a Marine player, we as the totality of the Codex Astartes are in a good place. Model-wise, I don't think that's necessarily true Codex-wise, because standard Codex Marines are a bit different than the Dark Angels, the Space Wolves, and the Blood Angels. And that's not even considering thinking about Grey Knights, who are in a real bad place. But that said, in terms of new models and stuff, Marines are pretty well off. So I don't mind waiting a little bit, Emperor willing, if some of you Xenos guys get some new stuff, and then we get new stuff later. But now I've got that tangent out of the way, let's go ahead and look at this Leviathan here. Earlier this week on stream, I finished up this little parchment paper, which I think turned out really, really good. That's actually like a wash and two paints that I layered up. So I used T.A.P bone, and then I came in with T.A.P bone mixed with a little bit of ivory from Vallejo, and then I slowly worked myself into straight ivory, and I had used an Agrax Earthshade wash, and I'm finding that this stuff from Vallejo is fantastic. It's making blending so much easier. I mean, I guess it's for glazing, but for me, it's making getting those transitions and those little gradients a little bit easier than just thinning with standard water. So if you have not tried this stuff out, give it a shot, play with it a little bit, and see what you think. I think you might like that. But other than that, we got the silver stuff down, worked on the silver bits. Again, just like on the other Dreadnought, I'm not sure if I'm going to scorch the barrels in these assault cannons. I think they look pretty good on their own. The extra splash of purple and bronze and a little bit of blue might look good. I just don't want to take away from the overall piece. So I have to do the base and we'll see how I feel. I do want to come in and do a little splash of blood spatter on his claws like he's been chomping stuff just like the other guy. These could have been a little better. I didn't quite get them exactly the way I wanted. But I think they kind of encompassed where I was going with the scratched metal and kind of trying to go for a natural steel look. As always, when I'm working on a model for wheels, I like to constantly be pushing the envelope and trying to improve. And other than the silvers, I think he's looking really good so far. I mean, well, other than the addition of the silvers, I think he's looking really good so far. Those have added a lot to him. They've helped contrast against that red. We've got the cool parchment here. And then I worked on his tubes. I didn't do yellow tubes. I would normally want to do like hazard stripes tubes, but again, another thing that I made a choice on. I didn't want to detract from the model. So I figured if I do black, that's pretty neutral. It's going to look well. It's going to make sense. So we just got a black casing. I did a little bit of gray edge highlights on it, and then put a gloss varnish with a little bit of normal mixed in it, so we can get this toned down just a smidge, and it's got a sheen to it. So I wanted the metal to be kind of dull. And then I wanted these tubes here to look like they were kind of rubbery, so plasticky. So I wanted to look like that was a casing for metal wires and such. And I think that turned out really well. And I played around a little bit up in here with some, what was it? I think it was Vallejo Air Silver by hand, which is some good stuff. These little scratch marks, which are hard to tell, but it adds a little texture to the pipes, which I think is really, really cool. And then it helped to make the exhaust pipes just stand out. Like, they look really, really good. So all in all, very pleased with this guy thus far, with the time invested. I hope Wheels will be happy, and I really hope when he puts them on the table, this guy rolls well and smashes some enemies of the Imperium. Especially because he's been on such a kick, Wheels specifically, with the Imperial Fist. I want him to have some excuses to play some Blood Angels. So getting the handful of high detail minis that he has commissioned me to do, in addition to a Mephiston later, might just do the trick for encouraging him to put the Imperial Fists in their garrison on his shelf. They can protect his other models for a week or so, and they can pull out some Blood Angels and roll dice and let the Sons of Sanguinius have some glory too. But other than that, I think he's looking good. I'm really eager to get him done, as well as the Contemptor, so that I can move on to the rest of the models and then start working on basing. Now, outside of the Blood Angels here, you may recall at the beginning of this video, I talked about the Eldar Ranger from the stream, our hobby hangout this past Sunday, and this is her. Now, I had someone in the stream tell me to be careful not to break her, and I totally did break the weapon, which was the thing he said was fragile, which I knew, but I totally broke it. And you can see a little bit of glue here. I'm gonna just fix that real fast. You guys came for a vlog and you get a slight tutorial how to remove super glue buildup. Scrape it off with the X-Acto blade very gently. So I have to come in and fix up some of this, but like both the gun barrel and this little thing down here got messed up, so we'll come back in and put black back down. But other than that little snafu, worked on her on stream. I think we did like less than 4 hours, start to finish, and start until current state rather. And you can see here, this was the color her plastic was, which was that red for Blackstone Fortress minis. And that's how she started. Like, she was unprimed, and I did everything on stream up until the current state, including the freehand, which is normally not my jam, but I think that freehand has turned out quite nice. I really do like it. The white has worked out really well, and my new secret sauce for that is using Apothecary White over Zenithal White spray over a base gray from Minotaur. It's so good, and if you come in and you want to do some edge highlights with white, that should pop. And if you even want to come in and do some black lining on stuff, that would be super cool too. The one thing I messed up on was her gloves. Her hands would have been white. They're now going to be brown because I've already painted it, but in the photos, her hands are actually the armor color, but we're just going to try and make them look like they're their sleeve so that her whole model matches rather. So, and also her face. I think that was supposed to be white too, but I thought it was supposed to be like a leather face mask, so I kind of screwed that up. But I think with the highlights, it'll read like it's supposed to be some kind of leather apparatus. And you know, all in all, as long as the model looks cool, I think that's going to be what's important. So I should hopefully be finishing this one up, or at least getting close to it during our next hobby hangout stream, which will be a Sunday. And by the time you're watching this, it may have already occurred. So again, make sure you follow me on Twitch so you don't miss those things. If you have any critiques or suggestions on this model or things you'd like to see me work on in the future for our live streams on Sunday nights, I do stream during the week, but specifically the one day a week that's guaranteed to be something different usually. If you have ideas for what you'd like to see, let me know. Those models that I paint on Sunday nights are usually going to end up being giveaway models, and this is one of them. In the future, I picked up a few other models to do tutorials with, which will also be giveaway models. So I've picked up the Phobos Captain and the Phobos Librarian, and those will get they'll be done as some kind of tutorial where I show kind of how to do camo patterns on here with stencils, and then like digi camo pattern on his with stencils, and then those will get put into our giveaway box as well. And because I'm feeling particularly excited about the model I've been filming for tutorial, I'll at least show you his helmet. I won't show you his body, but I'll show you his helmet. It's struggling. There it goes. It focused. It took a minute. It's almost like I'm a professional, but not really. So it's really good looking so far. I have to finish the gems. That's where I got to the other night. After a couple hours, it got late, and I went ahead and called it. I need to finish the gems, and at the end of that video, I'll put some gloss varnish on it, and we'll call his helmet done. On the actual model itself, I've got some leather bits I still need to do, and I've got to paint his boots and his gloves, but then I think he'll be looking pretty sweet. So hopefully you guys will approve when it goes out, and as I move forward with doing videos, I will try and take your critiques and suggestions to heart to try and remove, or I was going to say try and remove, to try and improve rather, and constantly push forward and you know, push the envelope so that I can get better and provide more content that you guys enjoy. I'm also in the market, as I mentioned in our last vlog, to start expanding armies or procure more armies for battle reports so I can continue doing those, but add some variety in those, so we do some different things and also expand. So I think I mentioned expanding my my Necrons in the last video, and had you know, mentioned to the community if anyone wanted to you know, contribute to an army, maybe you want to paint something, maybe you want to donate something, to feel free to reach out to me at justin@deathraydesigns.com. I'll be happy to negotiate a potential trade with you if you want to trade for some products, if you have something that would be good for content, or if you just want to you know, work out painting something for one of my armies or something like that. That'd be cool too. I know Psycho from the stream has mentioned wanting to paint something for my Space Marines or my Chaos, and I might take them up on that. That'd be pretty cool to have a model in a video painted by somebody from the community, and they could see their miniature that they contributed to my army on the tabletop. So but with that being said, let's go ahead and transition over and show you guys the cool little goodies that I will be showcasing in a video tutorial, well, not tutorial, but a video, what's the word, unboxing and product review. That's what I meant to say. So let's go ahead and show you guys what I got in the mail today that is kind of exciting. Guys over at Spray Gunner hooked me up again. They liked what I did with the unboxing slash product review that I did previously with the compressor, the no-name brand compressor. And I'm honest, to be perfectly honest with you guys, 100% honest with you, I had fun doing that video. I tried to be as unbiased as possible, and I'm actually shocked they're sending me something else to review. Not that the quality of the video wasn't good, but like, it was fine. I thought it was good. I had a lot of fun. The unboxing was a lot of fun. I thought I looked really goofy trying to do it, but I wanted to be entertaining and want you to see me, and not me being fake me, you know what I mean? I figured they wanted to see, like, you know, really high views and likes and comments and such, which we had a decent number for what we get with our videos over on the DoD channel, but I always worry. You know, I'm always concerned that, you know, what I'm doing is not good enough. And then I got the email from them that said, hey, you know, we liked what you did. We're going to send you something else out. You know, make sure to check your mail. And they told me what brand or what what product it was, and I was like, all right, that's really cool. So it was a pleasantly surprised, or I was pleasantly surprised. So sure, they probably would love to have like a million views on this product review thing, but I figure if I put the same effort into doing unboxing / product reviews for anything that they send me, based on what they've seen before, that they'll feel like that their return on investment, just being honest, like pure business. That's what companies that send you free stuff are looking for, return on investment. They will feel like the effort that I'm putting into those warrants whatever they're sending, and that long term, so long as people see those videos, that it will be a consistent source of information over the long term. So in a couple of weeks time you get X number of views, but a couple of years time the views are higher because it's been out there the whole time. So people stumble across it, they view it, or people share it with their friends, and because the links and stuff are in the comments, that's really helpful. So that was my my kind of long-winded way of saying thank you to spraygunner.com for sending me some additional things to review on stream, not stream, but in tutorials. God dang it, not tutorials. To review in my videos, my product reviews. You guys know what I mean. I don't know what I mean, but you guys know what I mean. So again, big thing. Thank you to those guys, and thank you for all you guys out there from the community who are eating up the content, taking those reviews and product suggestions and stuff to heart, and making some good hobby procurement decisions. Moving forward, I'm really excited to show you guys this, which I will in a second. I know I'm rambling, but I'll show you guys this, and hopefully if this video goes well, maybe we'll have some opportunities in the future. I can't speak to whether those will or will not happen because nothing's been discussed, but all I can do is do the best I can with another product review video, give you guys an honest opinion, and see what they have to say after they view it. So with that being said, I feel like I'm talking real fast. Sometimes I talk fast. I may or may not have had a bunch of donuts and caffeine today. Sugar and caffeine's a good combo. But on that note, let's go ahead and show you what the guys at spraygunner.com sent me. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove their little self-promotional product insert here and show you guys the airbrush they sent me. Now this is a Mr. Hobby airbrush, which is interesting because recently on stream I talked about some washes I picked up from T.A.P HQ, which sells a lot of Mr. Hobby here in the States, which was really cool. I think this is a PS289. I'm assuming that's the model number. It's a little difficult to identify some of the stuff on here because it's all in Japanese. Being a Japanese product, that does make some sense. I do know the needle is a 0.3 millimeter, which is really cool. So that's comparable to some of the Badger stuff that I've been using. And the guys over at Spray Gunner thought ahead because they knew what airbrushes I use primarily that I own, and they went ahead and sent me a quick connect plug for Badger airbrushes. So I should be able to hook this airbrush right up to my current hoses and not have to worry about that. They sent me I believe this is a 2 millimeter needle conversion, along with the little dealio that goes on the tip of the needle, and the nozzle cover, or it might actually be a nozzle. My airbrush terms are not always 100%, but that is what I think it is. I understand how to put it together. My terminology may not always be correct. So we'll be doing a product review hopefully sometime soon. As of filming this, I'm hoping to get out this weekend to the shop out at DRD, where I've got some more open space to actually sit down at the nicer table instead of my bedroom here where I'm filming from, and do a kind of unboxing of the product, talk about the stuff that's in here, and then use it. And because I've got so many Badger airbrushes, I think I'll probably be able to use both in tandem and do some line testing and spray patterns and stuff like that, and just see kind of how it sprays, and then maybe work on a model or something like that and see what it can do. I can tell you right out the gate, I'm not super jazzed about the hose in there. I'll probably talk about that again in the actual video. Just looking at it, it looks like a standard rubber hose. And it might be a slightly elitist thing, but I because of how much I move around, the sharp objects that I use, I personally would really prefer a threaded hose, which is what I've got for Badger. But in this case, it doesn't really matter because the airbrush is the important part. I've already got a hose, and they sent me a quick disconnect, so that's just a small thing that I have to contend with. Otherwise, the review is basically going to be me using this airbrush and seeing how it compares to what I'm used to, and then what my thoughts are based on that, as well as the actual value of this product. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully you guys will tune in when that video goes up, and will give us some feedback and thoughts on what you think. The other thing that came in this week that is really exciting is some Winsor & Newton professional acrylic paint, titanium white. I saw Scott, the Miniac working with this on one of his videos, and one of the things that you guys may know me for, or know that I have as a thing, is that I'm always looking to try new metallic paints and new flesh paints. That's always a big deal, and my go-to jam for metallics right now is Pro Acryl from Creaturecaster / well, I guess it's technically Slow Fuse / Monument, but you get it from the Creaturecaster website now. This is the stuff that Slow Fuse on Twitch makes. Jason Craze, big shout out to him, super awesome. I'm one of their creature creators, even though I have not got around to painting one of their models. I have one, it just hasn't been painted. But they're one of the contributors to the stream. I've got the Creature Creator discount, so I'm able to pick some of this up at a discount for the stream. It's why you see me using my Slow Fuse Bomb Wicks, which are my new jam for affordable brushes. But that said, the third thing that I'm noticing I'm constantly looking for is different sources of white paint. So I've tried using Badger stuff, and that's given me a little bit of a headache. I've tried thinning down GW stuff through an airbrush. I've tried using standard Vallejo through an airbrush. I've tried using Vallejo Model Air through an airbrush, and all of them perform in different ways and get speckling and whatnot. And when I saw the Miniac using this, one, it looked good. Granted, I wasn't like on top of the model, but in the video it looked good. And two, I figured I could give it a shot. It's not the most expensive thing in the world. There's a whole bunch in here, so it'll last me a while, and perhaps I could see how it stacks up compared to these coming out of an airbrush. And then if I need to do edge highlights and stuff, how it's going to stack up in terms of hand painting. And while it does look all mangled up, which is agitating, the paint looks good and looks just fine and still looks functional. So hopefully we'll have a video tutorial or something coming out about that later, because I really want to see if that's like the new secret sauce for doing airbrush white stuff. And on that note, because Wheels has pledged to one of my Patreon tiers to get a model painted each month, this is the one I'm going to be painting for him. So I've got my own Rex that I'm going to be painting for my army, and then I've gone ahead and picked up another one because he's really interested in getting some Legion stuff done, and I'm going to be painting up a Rex for him for his December Patreon pledge reward, which would be cool. So you guys will get to see me work on that probably on Twitch at some point. And I'm going to assume whenever Mephiston comes out, that'll probably be one of his, assuming he keeps his pledge going, that'll be one of his pledge rewards. He'll probably have me paint that, so we'll see how that goes. Now, I've been rambling for a bit, and I could probably just get into my shameless self-plugs in the vlog now, with my goofy eyes, but something else awesome came in the mail today, and I was out all day, so I did not get to see it early, but now that I'm here, we got this cool box, and it looks like Clan Wolf sent me something for the stream, for painting for, I don't know, doing battle reports. We'll see. It's not opened. So let's go ahead and see what's in this before we get, before we conclude our vlog for the week. Boom, box of goodies. So let's see what we've got here. I came home to this. Clan Wolf was real excited. He's like, "Make sure you check your mail today. Check your mail today." And then I'm assuming he was watching the tracking number on it, because when it got here, he told me to make sure I check the mail, and he was sending me all these smiley faces and was super excited. That said, I didn't get home until late. So as I'm filming this, it is after 10 p.m. and he's probably in bed at this point. But we'll see what's in here, and I was hoping I would have gotten home sooner so I could see it and thank him for whatever it was. But he'll have to get those text messages when I'm done with this video, because I don't know what's in it. It's not been opened. And he'll have to just wake up to the happy thanks and so forth. So let's go ahead and crack this open and see. I got a feeling I know what he sent, and I'm going to be a little upset if he did, because it's expensive. So let's see. Alright, so first of all, they've crammed this big thing in here with a big old Christmas tree. Companies still do this? Is this still a thing? Like, they probably cut down like a whole tree here. It's got a handwritten space for making a Christmas wish list that you can put your name and your store name on here, the telephone number for it and store address. Like, all right. I mean, it's like 1990s stuff, but that's cool. I don't know why I'm looking at this. I know all the products. It's not like there's going to be anything in this that didn't show me online, but whatever. I got me a cool Christmas catalog for gift ideas. Anyways, let's see what else is in the box. Alright, so this is probably the invoice. No. Oh, it's got my address. I'm going to cover this up because it's got, this little thing's got my address on. We don't want that blasted out on the internet. Right. So we're going to fold that over, and it says, "Think you need some stuff for me to name." And then it's got the contents. Dark Angels, Legion Praetor, Legion Moritat with plasma pistols, and Mechanicum Thalax cohort with phased. So that's plasma. I'm going to guess that the cohort guy is something he's going to want me to paint for, I don't know, kill team maybe? This might be for Clan Wolf's kill team. He's been talking about that in stream. I don't know. This might be for some kind of pledge tier, something like that, because I don't play Mechanicus. So I'm going to guess that's what this is for. So let's look at the other models he sent. He sent this old boy, and thank you, Clan Wolf, for this one. The unfortunate thing, and no one knows this because I don't share everything. I have this model. So at least I'm pretty sure it's this one. I have one of the Moritats. I don't remember if it was the plasma or the other one. I will look, and if I do indeed have the same one he sent, I will paint the one he sent, and then I'll give away the one that I own in some kind of stream giveaway or something. So that way Clan Wolf's is technically the one that I use, and mine will be the one that gets given away. And then we've got one more thing in this box. Let's see what it is. Alright, so Zarvrin from the stream. I now own this model. You can't troll me anymore. And Clan Wolf has contributed to my Dark Angels expansion, so I am really excited about that. I can't wait. I can't wait to work on it. That's super awesome. Clan Wolf, thank you very much for the contribution. I often worry that I don't... let me move the microphone so you guys can hear me. I often worry that... Anyways, I often worry that my appreciation, my thanks don't come through very well on the screen. But I do appreciate this. The way that I look at things when you guys contribute things to my stream, and what I do is that you're giving up your time. You know, like this model, I don't know, it was like 30 bucks, 40 bucks, probably 35, 40 bucks, whatever. You know, this is, you know, X number of hours of Clan Wolf's time that he worked, that he could have spent that money on bills himself or something like that, but he's given me time. That's why I want to give someone artwork that I've painted and it takes me 15, 20 hours, whatever. You are getting a piece of me. Not only is it my art and my skill and whatever, you're getting a piece of me that you keep. That's why when I've seen people that have sold the stuff I've worked on, or they don't appreciate it, and they, you know, but mostly not appreciating is that they've sold it or they've stripped it or whatever. It hurts just a little bit. They own it. They can do what they want with it. You know, that's neither here nor there. But that's the way I view things. So, Clan Wolf, I can't thank you enough for contributing these to my Dark Angels expansion. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait to paint this old boy. I think he's super cool looking. And if you would like to name one of these dudes, let me know. We've also got the Fallen Angel squad that you sent me with the Sergeant, if you would like to name that. But if you prefer to be like a character or something, we can make that happen. Also, you will probably have gotten back to me before you watch this video, but let me know what these are for. I'm assuming that's for you. I'm 99% sure that's for you. So, but on that note, folks, I think that's going to conclude our vlog for the week. So slide back here, move the microphone over, and get to our shameless self plugs and the conclusion. So for all you guys over on Patreon that have been supporting me and helping me do what I do, thank you very much. I can't do these things, or at least not to the level I want, without your contribution. So everyone who has pledged so far, thank you very much. I do have dice that are being made right now. There's a like a backlog on that right now, so I think they told me it's going to take at least 10 weeks for those to get made. I have dice bags that are being made for pledge tier stuff. I've got the acrylic, or a big chunk of the acrylic stuff from Austin. And December 1, when the Patreon stuff rolls over for the month, I'll send out all the pledge rewards for you guys who are active. So I'll have a bunch of postcards to send out, some dice, which I do have a sack of dice that's saved, but the dice to go with these new dice bags aren't here yet. And the combat widgets and postcards and stuff like that will go out. And the stickers I got, those will go out. So I'm really excited to send those out. I'm excited to sign the cards and the postcards and personally thank you guys in a physical form. So again, thank you very much. If you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you do check out the Patreon. Any type of support there does help me do what I do, however big or small. And if that's not your jam and you'd prefer to pick up some products, check out deathraydesigns.com. Coupon code GETAMPED10 will save you 10%, and part of that will go to me, which will help me to continue what I do. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you are not a member of our Facebook group, the Garrison, or our Garrison Discord pages, those links are down below. Make sure you join those. We'd love to interact with you and see what you guys are working on. It'll get us all motivated and get some cool hobby love and juices flowing and everything's shared with everybody. So, and finally, if you're watching this over on YouTube, why haven't you subscribed? If you're not subscribed, smash the subscribe button, like this video, drop me a comment, and also there's a little bell somewhere up here. Make sure you ding that little bell so you get alerts when I put up new content. That'd be super awesome, and I can't wait to film the next one next week and give you guys an update about what's going on. As always, folks, keep on painting, keep rolling those dice, and I will catch you next time.